Welcome to The Explainer. Okay, let's dive right into this. Today, we're unpacking one of the most profound, foundational texts in the entire Quran, Surah Ikhlas. This is a beautiful, incredibly concise chapter that perfectly answers some of the deepest questions humanity has ever asked about the nature of God. We're going to break down exactly what this surah tells us about Allah and Himself, exploring its true meaning and, crucially, how it applies to daily life.
Here's a quick roadmap for today. We'll start with the context of Surah Ikhlas, then unpack the concepts of Ahad and Samad, and look at freedom from human weakness. Then we'll cover the overarching theme of Allah and Himself, and wrap up with its importance in Muslim life.
Section 1. Context of Surah Ikhlas. The Meccan question.
To really grasp the power of this surah, we've got to travel back to early Mecca. The society there was heavily polytheistic. They worshipped all sorts of different gods and idols. The idea of absolute monotheism, worshipping one unseen god, was totally foreign to them. Because the Meccans were so used to gods they could literally touch and trace back through mythological family trees, they interrogated the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, with these very physical human questions. They'd ask, well, what is Allah's mass? What's he made of? Who's in his lineage? Surah Ikhlas was revealed as a direct, paradigm-shifting response to that exact confusion.
Even the name of the surah, Ikhlas, is a huge clue to its power. It means sincerity, complete honesty of mind. It means being entirely free from hypocrisy when you declare that Allah is the only one worthy of worship. And hypocrisy isn't always some massive, dramatic betrayal. Sometimes it's just minor things, like saying you love Allah the most, but when it's time to pray, you hit snooze or delay it because you're right in the middle of a mobile game. True ikhlas means your actions actually match your sincere declaration of faith.
Section 2. Ahad, the Absolute One.
Now, what's really interesting here is the specific vocabulary used in the surah. Let's start with Ahad. Ahad doesn't just mean one, it means absolute. It means completely unique and entirely without flaw. Think about the most impressive, seemingly perfect human being you know on earth. Even they have hidden flaws, right? They make mistakes, but Allah is Ahad. He is completely flawless and never makes a mistake.
As Ahad, He is the absolutely unique Lord. He's the planner of the entire universe, and honestly, the planner of your specific life. The creator of everything, the sustainer, the guider, taking the universe to its ultimate end. There was absolutely no one else who planned your arrival in this world, no one else helped Him create you, no one else ultimately provides your sustenance. He's completely, entirely unique in these roles.
Section 3. Samad, the Independent Sustainer. This brings us to the next critical concept, which is Samad. This translates to the independent fulfiller of all needs, the one who relies on absolutely nothing. Every single thing in the universe is utterly dependent on Allah. I mean, even atheists, who completely deny God, are still getting their sustenance and their daily needs met by the ultimate sustainer.
And this brilliantly illustrates the massive gap between the creator and the created. Mankind is so fragile. We're entirely dependent on food, on getting our 8 hours of sleep, on water, on our parents when we're young. But Allah, He is completely independent. He doesn't need rest. He doesn't need food. He relies on absolutely zero outside factors to exist and rule.
Section 4. Free from human weakness.
Let's look at the next verse, which directly negates those humanistic relations the Meccans were so obsessed with. He neither begets nor is he born. I've got to share this brilliant observation from a 4th grade Islamiyat student. They were reading a textbook that poorly phrased things, saying Allah produced the universe. The kid was super confused and rightly pointed out, wait, animals and humans reproduce, meaning they have a physical desire or a biological need for a lineage. Spot on. Allah doesn't reproduce, He creates. He creates without any human or animalistic desire for a child. He's entirely free from those biological needs.
Which beautifully answers that classic, age-old question, well, if Allah created everything, who created Allah? Think about it logically. If person A is created by person B, and B by C, and C by D, that chain goes on for infinity. It never ever stops. For existence to actually happen, there has to be a starting point that was just always there. There must be an uncreated, absolute originator who is totally free from the boundaries of being born. And that is Allah.
The surah then ends with the word kufuwan, meaning compatible or equal. Think about it in a classroom setting. If two students both get A stars on a massive exam, you can compare them, right? They're compatible in their academic achievement. But because Allah is uniquely perfect, absolute, and uncreated,
Absolutely nothing possesses similarities to him. Nothing is equal. You literally cannot compare him to anything in the universe.
Section 5. Theme: Allah in Himself.
So, the crucial point is how we pull all this theological breakdown together. For those Islamiyat 2058 students out there, this directly hits Paper 1, Question 1, Part A, regarding the main theme of the passage. The core theme is Allah in Himself. This early Makki surah is a definitive response to those polytheist interrogations. It brilliantly establishes Tawheed, absolute monotheism, and provides a complete rundown of Allah's uniqueness. It's an outright negation of shirk, which is associating partners with God. By rejecting human restrictions like the need for parents or children, it cements the fact that Allah is supreme. This surah is literally the absolute core of Islamic belief summed up.
Section 6. Importance in Muslim life.
But you know, knowledge without application is just trivia. How does this actually shape a person's everyday actions? This covers Part B of the Islamiyat syllabus. Understanding Surah Ikhlas dramatically shifts a Muslim's entire worldview. Because Allah is the absolute only one worthy of worship and reliance, a Muslim has to turn solely to Him during times of hardship, distress, or sickness. Remember the word samad? Since He's the independent fulfiller of needs, it means you don't pray to deceased saints or spiritual peers for worldly things like landing a job or having a kid. You go straight to the ultimate sustainer. It instills this deep, unwavering faith because you know He is fully in control, and it empowers Muslims to logically and firmly reject concepts like God having a son.
So, we've covered the history, the incredible vocabulary, and the everyday impact of Surah Ikhlas. It's a masterpiece of theology condensed into just a few short lines. But I want to leave you with one powerful question to really reflect on. If you truly believe, with total ikhlas and sincerity, that He is the only independent sustainer, who are you turning to in your times of need? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep studying, keep asking those great questions, and I'll catch you next time.